Be fine, don't worry. You ready?
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy
Come
day.
here. Come here and stand over here.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
Jesus washed.
When Jesus washed.
Washed my sins away.
Y'all gonna have to do better than this.
Okay, boys and girls, it's another happy day to be excited to be in the land of the living. And welcome again to Mrs. Evans's virtual class. Please pay attention to the short video that is about to play.
Brian, no, get back here. You know what? You're grounded. No ice cream for you, no chicken for you, and definitely no pizza for you.
No, Mom, please. Mama, no. Mommy, no, please.
Take all, not try me. Take all, baby, you. I did. Try. I go. Eat your. Take. If I hear him.
It's the house of RJ4.
Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that video where you saw both boys made the same mistake and broke something, but the outcome or the treatment received was different. And so as we move forward on this lesson on Corinth, I want you to keep in mind the difference between a vision and a dream. Although a vision and a dream seem so similar, just as it was with the two children, the mistake made was similar, but the outcome was different. Vision involves a trance, whereas dreams involve sleep. A vision is a supernatural operation, and it shows you something that is going to happen before it actually happens, whereas a dream necessarily does not. So as we get ready to look at Corinth, let's keep those differences in mind. And so, boys and girls, it's time to study. Let's get ready for our Corinth exam review.
May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Corinth, let's take a look at Paul's missionary journey.
Paul stayed in Athens for a long time and made many people the followers of Christ. After he left Athens, he went to a place called Corinth. Corinth was a very important city. Corinth was also the capital of the Roman province of Achaia and the home of the Roman administrator Gallio. Many Jewish families who had been exiled from Rome lived there. As soon as Silas and Timothy, two of Paul's companions, reached Corinth, Paul started teaching at the house of God with them. His teachings made some people gathered there very angry, and they openly denied Paul's preaching. Paul just shook his head and told them that he had tried his best. However, there were many believers of Jesus in the city. Most of the people of Corinth were pleased to see them and treated them very well. Paul had even baptized the president of the house of God of Corinth and his entire family. One night, the Lord appeared in Paul's dream. He said to him,
"Paul, my child, do not lose hope. I am with you. Do not let anyone stop you from speaking of me. No one will hurt you."
So Paul decided to stay on in Corinth for the next 18 months.
I also want to go to Athens and Corinth. We never go anywhere. I'm sure they have awesome food. Tubby, you and food.
I am sure that you will travel someday. Now, let's see if you have been listening to my story carefully. For how long did Paul stay in Corinth?
He stayed there for 18 long months with his friends Timothy and Silas.
Very good. Now you go.
Bye, Holy. Thank you for the story.
So there we have a short review of the story of Paul's missionary journey in Corinth. There, the Jews opposed him, so he shook the dust off his clothes to say that he would no longer preach to the Jews, but to the Gentiles. We saw where Gallio, the magistrate, was in the story. The Jews came up against Paul, even though the people loved him at first. They were plotting to kill him. Paul was afraid, but the Lord visited him in a vision and told him, "Don't be afraid. No one will harm him. Keep preaching. I have many people in this city." And so the Jews brought false accusations against Paul and took him before Gallio, the magistrate. But in the end, Gallio dismissed the case because he said it's not a misdemeanor, it's a religious matter, and Gallio did not deal with religious matters. And so the Jews got so angry that they had Sosthenes actually beaten for not winning the case. So let's do some review questions to see how well you really remember the story of Corinth, boys and girls. If you want to pause this video and go into your books and read it before we begin, that's fine. And remember, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube page, click the red subscribe button now so that when new videos come up, you would receive notifications. So let's play a little round of Jeopardy. All right. What was the name of the couple Paul met in Corinth? 10 seconds. What was the name of the couple Paul met in Corinth? You can write down your answer or you can shout it out. Now, if you said Aquila and Priscilla, you are correct. Aquila and Priscilla were the names of the couples Paul met in Corinth. Let's go to question number 2. Why did the couple move to Corinth? Why did Aquila and Priscilla move to Corinth? 10 seconds. Write your answer and get ready to shout out. Time's up. Let's see. If you said it's because Emperor Claudius ordered all Jews to leave Rome, then you are correct. Excellent. How well are you doing so far, boys and girls? All right, let's move to number 3. How did Paul protest against the Jewish people of Corinth? How did Paul protest against the Jewish people of Corinth? 10 seconds. Write your answer down. Time up. Now, if you said that he shook the dust of his clothes as a sign that he rejected the Jews and would preach to the Gentiles, you are correct. Give yourselves a tap on the back. Good job, boys and girls. I pray you're doing well. So if you haven't gotten any correctors yet, continue to pay attention and you may get the next one. And either way, remember this is a video that you can play again and again to help you study for your end of year exam. And on your second round, who knows, you can get them all right. So let's do another question. Number 4. Why did Paul protest against the Jewish people in Corinth? 10 seconds. Write your answer down. Why did Paul protest against the Jewish people of Corinth? Time up. Because some Jews rejected Paul's preaching that Jesus was the Messiah. When Paul preached to the Jews, they didn't believe. They didn't want to hear him. In fact, it got so bad they was trying to kill him. Very good. Number 5. Now we know that in this story, Paul became afraid. He was fearful for his life because although the people at the beginning of his visit liked his preaching and received him, there were some Jews, the same Jews from Iconium, who turned the crowd against him. And so the people were plotting to kill him. And so Paul was afraid because the Jews were plotting to kill him. But then God visited Paul in a vision. So let's see how well you described the vision Paul had while in Corinth. And remember, this question is so important because it's asking you to describe. So this is like a 4-point question, boys and girls. So pay close attention to the answer so that you can remember it. God told Paul not to be afraid. Keep preaching because God was with him. No one will harm him since God had many believers in Corinth. How many did you get right? Do you think you got 2 out of 4 of the 4 points? Okay, never mind. Just remember the answer. In the vision, God told Paul not to be afraid, keep preaching, no one will harm him. God had many believers in Corinth. Let's go on to the next question. Explain why Paul was taken before the governor. Now remember, Gallio was the governor, and the crowd took him before the magistrate, Gallio. So let's see what you come up with. 10 seconds. Write your answer down quickly, boys and girls. I'll give you an extra 5. Time's up. Let's see how well you did on this one. All right. The Jews brought accusation that Paul was persuading people to worship God in ways contrary to the law. So Paul would be convicted. They took him to the governor so the governor could have Paul convicted. All right. Ooh. What was the outcome? After they took Paul to the governor, what was the outcome? Time's up. I know you saw it before, but let's see. Gallio dismissed the case because it was neither a misdemeanor nor a crime, but it was a religious matter. It was a religious matter dealing with Jewish laws. So he told them, go and settle your matter. And there we have, boys and girls, a quick review on Corinth. Listen, be sure to play this video again and again. Go over the questions and the answers so that you can remember them for your end of year exam. Now here's a scripture, some scriptures that I want you to learn for the end of year exam. Job 33, 14 through 18. For God speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not in a dream, in a vision of the night. When deep sleep falleth upon me, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword. And 1 Samuel 28, and Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and God has departed from me, and answered me no more, neither my prophets nor my dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest know, make known unto me what shall I do. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this another study time for our end of year exam review. And don't forget, if you have not yet subscribed to the page, subscribe and make sure share the video so that others can have it for their review. Thank you and have a blessed day.